This is a piano tutorial on the Christmas song, What Child Is This? And I'm going to be showing it to you first here as a piano soloist. So we'll be playing the melody in the right hand. This is in the key of G, so we've got to watch out for F sharp. And I'm going to show you the fingering here. It is a little bit tricky, so got to pay attention to the fingering here. You start on your thumb on the E note. Put your second finger on that G. And then your third finger is going to be on that A. Second finger on F sharp. Your thumb on that D note there. And right there you're going to have to lift your wrist up, put your fifth finger on that G to set yourself up for the rest of the phrase. So on Mary, it's Mary. Gets you through the rest of that phrase. Lift your thumb up and put it on E again. Same fingering as the last phrase. And then right there, lift up your wrist, put your fifth finger on that G again. Now, usually you don't put your thumb on a black key, but there's nothing else to do there. Second finger on that D sharp, C sharp like that. Then you're going to lift your wrist up and put your fourth finger on this D note. And the reason for that is to set yourself up because you get down to this A, and you're going to have to go over with your third finger on that F sharp there. And right there, put your fourth finger on that F sharp. And then it does that phrase again. Start with your fourth finger. Thumb on that A, go over with your third finger on F sharp. Thumb there. And fourth finger on that F sharp. And you got to do that black key stuff with your thumb there. D sharp, F, C sharp, D sharp again. By the way, the rule with an accidental, which is where you have a sharp or a flat written in front of a note, like you have near the end there. The D sharp is written there. That's C sharp. And this next D sharp in the measure, you'll notice it doesn't have a D sharp in front of it. The rule with accidentals is they carry through the measure, so that's still a D sharp there, even though they don't have a sharp written in front of it. So kind of tricky on that fingering. Walk through that carefully, and I would say make sure that you write the fingering in above the note to make sure that you do it the same way each time. Then you're going to have to do the chord in your left hand, and we're going to start with an E minor chord. Excuse me. There's your E minor, which is going to be root position there. E, G, and B. Now in the next measure there, I've heard it both ways. My music here has it going to a G chord on that measure. So you could either do that or just stay on the E minor. And then you've got a D chord there, which is D, F sharp, and A. And then we got to go to the B minor. So I'm going to suggest that you do D, F sharp, and B there. It's a real easy change from the D chord. So it's, there's your B minor, D, F sharp, B on the top. And then there's an E minor chord there again, root position, E, G, B. There's a C, root position, C, E, G. And that's a B7 chord in my music there, which is B, D sharp, F sharp, and A on the top. There's your E minor again. I'm just going to stay on that for 2 measures. Back to the D chord, also root position, D, F sharp, and A. There's your B minor, D, F sharp, B. There's your E minor again. And there's your B7. Position there as well. Now we're going to go to a G chord, and I'm going to suggest doing it like that. It's a real easy change from E minor to G by just changing your bottom note. So your G chord would be D, G, and B. And then your D chord root position, we have to go over with your 3rd finger, remember. There's your D, B minor chord there again, D, F sharp, B, E minor again, C chord, B7, B, D sharp, F sharp, and A, G chord again, D, G, B, root position there, B minor again, D, F sharp, B, E minor, B7. So work on the melody in the right hand separately, then work on the chord separately, and when you put it together, this is what it sounds like.